Hello everyone, and welcome back to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 the Sith Lords. That is quite the mouthful, and why does my timer not want to start? There we go. Okay, so I just checked my quest log. I have some bonus missions which I don't really know what's what's on about that. It's somehow been heavily implied in my conversation with that not T3 and 4, with that HK-47 unit. Or that HK unit. I don't think it's... I don't know. Anyway, it's been heavily implied that he tried to actually poison us, but I don't know. Apparently, we haven't quite discovered that fact properly. Maybe I should have done something differently in the conversation. Okay, I'm wondering if I can kill these somewhat risk-free, or if they will just plain blow up on me. Okay, so they will just blow up on me. Oh well. Was it F5 to quick save? Yep. Okay, that one's locked. That's not helpful. See if I can't bash this open. I'll try maybe a few attacks, see if I keep missing. I may have tried this before, but it's rather frustrating that they give you the option, but then it's actually impossible to bash in. Yeah. The damage door is... I think I tried this before, but it's sort of been a while since I last recorded this, so I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything obvious. Okay, none of that's working then. I believe I haven't tried the turbo lift yet. Let's see if that works. And if so, where it takes me? To the administration level, apparently. Oh, we can get the guy back that we freed from prison, I think. I so expected sort of new enemies to have shown up by now. Hey dude, Atom, okay. Or Aton, something. Aton. Okay, just random sound effects. Let's talk to him.
Found anything?
I found a talkative protocol droid down in the fuel depot.
Yeah? Did you blow it up?
Why would I do that?
Because droids can't be trusted.
And you can?
Look, I could have let you rot in those mining tunnels, and all I get from you is backtalk. You know what? I don't trust you. For all I know, you could have caused all this trouble. In fact, you did, just by being a Jedi. So before you start accusing me of anything, Jedi, maybe you better take a look at what you've done.
Gee, calm down, dude. The miners may still be alive. They're trapped in the dormitory section.
So they are still alive. But the dormitory comm isn't picking up anything. Is there any way to get to them?
I need to open an airlock, but it's sealed with a voice print protocol by the maintenance officer.
Voice print? Great. That means he'd have to speak the code. And he's dead, right?
Yeah, looks that way.
There's ways to beat voice prints, though. If you can get samples of his voice and the right words, you should be able to fake the voice print code, if you know what it is. You know, I overheard the maintenance officer getting chewed out by the security officer. You might want to check the security office on this level and see if there's any voice samples stored in the logs. And maybe there's samples of the code in the maintenance officer's holologs, if you can find a way to record them.
Okay, well now it doesn't sound like such a smart idea from my part anymore, suggesting that I go back to that security desk. Now it sounds like the game just suggested it. Darn, I had that idea all by myself. Okay, I have a sonic sensor and the code. I just need to find the right words to record.
That's a start. See if you can find any recordings where the maintenance officer is speaking, and try to piece together the words to unlock the voice print.
Okay, I'll return if I find anything. I thought maybe he'd join me now and actually try to get off this rock, but apparently he's standing here and making me do all the work. I think somewhere this way was the security desk. I think this is it. Okay, let's check the security records. Okay. Mining droid maintenance logs. That's the only one that's marked sonic sensor, so that's the one I'm going for.
So, you're in maintenance. Then maybe you can tell me what's going on with these droids.
Sir, I don't know. It's like their behavior cores are undergoing binary decay, but I can't find the source. This shouldn't be happening.
Well, that's reassuring. It isn't happening. So the next time we nearly have a breach in the ventilation tunnels, I could just close my eyes and pretend it's my imagination. You better give me some answers. I want to know the damage these droids can do if they start mining us instead of asteroid rock.
Sir, these droids aren't combat models. Their mining lasers are weaker and less accurate than blasters. I doubt those droids could even hit one of us.
Are you blind? What about the miners in Medbay? It's sabotage, and it started right after the commander said we weren't going to sell the Jedi to the exchange. So I want you to find out how these droids are being sabotaged. That'll tell me who's trying to clear a path to get that Jedi off the facility, and stop him. In the meantime, make sure the security's armed with all the ion and sonic charges you can find. If those droids start coming after me, I'm gonna need more than low-grade mining lasers to take them down. Clear?
Yes, sir. Maintenance control out.
Idiot.
Okay. And according to the journal, we have now found a second part of the voice print code from one of the holologs. You just need to find the last fragment and you should have the complete code. Okay. So I don't really know where else to look. Maybe he'll give us some advice. I'll skip through the dialogue you've already heard.
Found anything? Voice print? You know, I overheard the... And maybe there's samples of the code in the maintenance officer's holologs. If you can find...
Okay. Don't think he can tell me anything new then. I thought maybe he sort of would now have a new idea of where I could look, but... That was the only sonic sensor option I had here, right? I just want to make sure before I sort of head down. Okay, no, these are just cameras. And that's the only sonic probe thing to be done there. I'll head back a little bit. This one's probably closed now, right? Yeah. Mining tunnels are a sort of one-time thing, I guess. And I don't think there's anything back there. Of course, knowing my luck, there was something back there which I've just completely missed, but that would have to be... well, I would have to accept that, basically. Let's head back down and see if I missed anything down there. I mean, I still need the third hololog. Maybe if I talk to the droid, maybe he has sort of a bit of conversation recorded. Because I think I've been through here, right? I've done this. Destroy the console. That wasn't smart. Oh. Okay, apparently that was smart. Hatch to the airlock is now open. Camera still... sort of... the camera keeps going up in a way that I don't want it to, but... oh well. Okay, but I still need more voice print stuff, but there's a storage locker. Okay, I will need the spacesuit though, which I now have. And I'm just going to do one more round here, and then I'll see if maybe I have to get the final voice sample from somewhere in space. That wouldn't make much sense, but... Then again, you and I didn't get into this game to make sense, now did we? Okay, he doesn't have anything on him.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master. How may I be of assistance?
Are you sure you haven't seen a T3 unit?
Accessing memory. Oh yes, it was. Where did you...
Okay, other questions. I'm just trying to go through these a little quicker.
Proud answer. I have an HK series. This mod has been responsible for the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities across the galaxy. I am fluent in over 6,000 forms of communication, and am also capable of nuances of expression ranging from irony to veiled threats.
Okay, I don't think we've heard that before, so... veiled threats?
Clarification. Oh, yes, Master. Sometimes the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities requires the use of every weapon in one's verbal arsenal. The unspoken threat of violence to a listener's loved ones, or if possible, their entire planet, can effectively break the deadlock in the most stubborn of negotiations.
Okay. What's the translation droid doing on Peragus?
Irritated explanation. That question has been looping through my query module with alarming frequency, Master, and no satisfactory answer has been forthcoming. As a result, I have chosen instead to turn my efforts to answering the question as to how I may depart this drifting disaster area as quickly as possible.
And what have you determined?
Answer. It is only a matter of time before a ship or freighter docks with the Peragus facility. When that occurs, we shall depart this place forever.
I never said you were coming with me.
Placating retraction. Oh, of course, Master. Please excuse my choice of words. I did not mean to imply that you would have no choice in the matter.
That is exactly what he meant to imply. Okay, I've heard enough. I'll be going now. I don't think I'll be able to get anything from him anyway. So, I guess let's see if there's anything to be found in space. Maybe there's a hololog or something in space. As I said, I'm playing this game blind. There are certain scenes from the game that I remember very distinctly, and I'm actually almost positive that I played those sections myself instead of seeing someone else play it, but I'm sort of really fuzzy on what exactly those sections precisely were. But I remember some stuff that I actually thought was in the first game, but after googling to try and basically show it in the LP of the first game, I found out it's from the second game. I know I've never seen an LP of the game, so either I've seen someone play it in my school days and memory has fooled me into thinking it was actually me playing, or I have played bits of this, but it's been so long ago that I've entirely forgotten. I mean, the game is something like 10 years old now. But yeah, this is, for all intents and purposes, a blind playthrough, which means I really don't know exactly what I'm doing. I should have a spacesuit though, so... And let me guess, yes, they did somehow make moving in space a little faster. It's nice. I don't actually have any sort of speed buffs or anything on. I couldn't even cast my force powers in this suit. But I am, as you can see, basically this is sort of the fast movement version. I remember in the first game, both the underwater and the space sections were a pain because you kept moving at this sort of... I can't show you, because this game actually doesn't allow you to move that slowly, apparently.
That's about time. I lost your signal after you left the mining tunnels. Now you're coming in clear.
Except I'm picking you up on the exterior of the facility, on the asteroid's surface. That can't be right.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe you should... That sounds sort of so condescending. I'm right outside the observation window.
Huh? What are you doing out there?
I need to reach the miners in the dormitory section, and this is the only way to get there.
You're crazy, even for a Jedi. Look, you need to get out of there, quick.
Something wrong?
What little is left of the facility's venting systems have gone active, most likely from the explosions in the mining tunnels. They're venting Paraga's fuel deposits into space through the exterior vents, right in your path.
Can't you shut them down?
I can't. I'm locked out of the main systems here. I couldn't shut it down if I tried. The vents look like they've been purposely rerouted to vent the gases to the exterior. And only in the last few minutes. It's almost as if... Now what now? I don't believe this. There's a ship coming in, sending a docking code. I have a bad feeling about this.
Yay, for cutscenes not playing correctly. We saw that ship, basically, and it looks like a Republic ship. But from what we saw, all the Republic people on board were dead. There was only one pretty freakish-looking guy. Probably a bad guy from his looks. He sort of had, like, a strange eye and pale skin, and he was evil, basically. At least he was evil-looking. And he was the only one who, at least from what we saw in the cutscene, was still alive on board. I would love to record the cutscenes, but at least the recording setups I've tested won't allow it. I've even tried going back to Fraps instead of DX3, which is much more uncomfortable to use, but it doesn't record them either, basically. That's one long docking procedure, I have to tell you. Isn't this where I came from? Because I sort of want to see if there's anything to be found this way. But yeah, I will basically do what I've done before and sum up the... Okay, I don't know where I came from anymore. I will sum up the cutscenes from... I don't know why I'm so terrible at forming complete sentences, that is. I will once again sum up what happens in the pre-rendered cutscenes after they've played, because they don't get recorded, so actually I could yell profanity at the top of my voice during the pre-rendered cutscenes, and you'd never know. Okay, I think this is where I came from. But I'm confused, because both sides sort of look the same, but this feels more like where I came from, so I'm now going further along. He said something about the fuel being vented, so I'm guessing I won't be able to actually go that way anyway. And the minimap appears to be a little confused about what to do with the sort of, I think that's a Republic freighter of sorts, but I don't exactly know. Maybe it's a cruiser or battleship of some other battleship, basically, but I don't know. Anyway, I think that's what it is. But the minimap seems to be a little confused. Okay, just took 15 damage, that's not a big deal. Problem is I still need a voice print, third one. I only have 2 samples so far. Oh, mining droids. Actually, I'm wondering, what did I equip that gives me the health regeneration? Or was it, I think it might have been a skill or a feat. A non-specialist, more veteran. I don't know. I know I have some kind of ability that gives me a slow health regeneration. You see that little green 2 appearing over my character from time to time? That's when my health regen kicks in. So really taking 15 damage from a advanced adrenaline. Wow, why would they give me 2 advanced adrenaline amplifiers? That seems random. But yeah, those little 2s are when my regeneration kicks in. I completely... Oh, you're a stronger version from my new droid. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you're a combat droid, actually. But yeah, this regeneration is kind of useful. Oh, storage log. Now the fire suppression systems have gone active, and I can't even make it to the dormitory section. I watched the turrets turn their carbonite freeze rays on Marban before he even got halfway across the room. Fortunately, the range doesn't seem to go beyond the room itself, so I was able to remain safe in the corridor. But I didn't have any ranged weapons to take them out from a distance, and I don't have a stealth field generator to sneak across the room either. I tried unlocking the storage room door to see if there were any cold-resistant items or grenades I could use, but the door was sealed from the lockdown. I don't know enough about security systems to open it, and I didn't have a sonic charge to blow the door open. Still, as long as the droids don't make it into this section, I should be alright. Yeah, they did. Here's a security door, which I can only try opening by bashing it in, but I'm going to assume that again the game doesn't actually want me to do that, so I keep missing. It would be interesting to know if I'm just really bad at combat, or if this is sort of the game's way of telling me, don't try this. Oh, these are the automated fire extinguisher, which... Let's see if I can grenade them. Yeah, I have enough sonic grenades, so might as well. I suspect these would have been a little annoying if I'd come closer, because they sort of freeze, and freezing is bad. Okay, I don't even have enough demolition skill to attempt disarming these mines, but... Oh, chemicals. Camera, don't do things like this to me. There we go. Easy enough to avoid. Sonic grenade and some components. Interesting. You see, he said something about this door being blowable, up-blowable. You know what I mean. Being detonatable. But I don't see the option. Maybe I don't have any explosives left. I don't know. Anyway. Mining droid Mark II and the armored version of the previous one. How about you take a sonic grenade, just because if I don't use grenades now, I never will, basically. I'm still doing fine health-wise, so that's not an issue. Oh, he can freeze me. Well, that's a nuisance. But he doesn't seem to be doing much damage. I appear to be doing a lot of damage to him. So that's really quite alright. Nothing here I want, apparently. Oh, a fire suppression droid Mark I. Minor sonic detonator. Does that do more or less than the sonic grenades? Less. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to throw these, because otherwise I probably never would. Oh. That was useless. He will be able to freeze me, but maybe I'll kill him before he does. I do. Nice. And I'm already, or rather I'm still, or yeah, whatever. Shift assignment.console. This is probably where I'll get the third voice sample. Okay, let's... How many spikes do I have? 1. I have enough repair parts to attempt this, but I'm going to assume it's not going to work. Oh, I have rerouted the system, bypassing the main console functions. So, let's check duty shift logs. Okay. They appear to be nothing more than long lists of work assignments with the number of miners available for duty decreasing over the past 3 days, citing several medbay logs. End the lockdown, maybe? I thought I would need the voice sample to do this. Okay. Cameras. Messall. So droids. A few droids, actually. At least 3 I can see. Dormitory. That looks poisonous. I could shut down the ventilation system, but I only have 1 spike. I want to see what else is possible, basically. Dormitory East. Same thing. But let's see, administration. Turbolift to administration level, rather. Okay, I can probably only shut down the ventilation in one of them. I'm just going for west, because why not? Right, and east. Okay, they were apparently linked to the same system of ventilation, whatever. Oh, another fire suppression droid. You know what, have a sonic grenade. Don't freeze me, that's just evil. It's funny how the freezing doesn't affect my character moving towards an enemy. Well, not moving towards, but turning towards, that's what I meant. Okay. I mean the small, sort of spidery, those guys? I get how they would be, I sort of get how they would be mining droids and kind of useful. You know, the shape probably is good for mining on an asteroid. But those vaguely humanoid ones, the Mark II ones, I don't quite see how that would be a useful shape to have for a mining droid. So, but I really do like the design of these. I mean, they're not spidery, they only have 4 legs, so it's half as many as they'd need, but still the association is kind of strong, I guess. They do look somewhat spidery. Even though I am well aware spiders will have more legs. Okay. Oh, was an opportune moment to quick save. But of course, most game developers don't think too much about their enemy design in terms of how realistic they are, or their game design in general, really. They just sort of they want to make interesting looking monsters, basically. I've noticed that quite a lot in fantasy games, for example. There's actually one exception that comes to mind, which is if you've ever played Demon's Souls. If not, and you plan to, there might be some slight spoilers involved, but sort of some of the monster type enemies, especially in the second part of Stonefang Tunnels, they are it's basically a lava area, really odd stuff like that. And the enemy designs are based on actual animals, or on actual animals called tardigrades, which they would be the kind of animal that in real life you find being able to survive in such a hostile environment, such as a lava lake. Well, or in the close vicinity of a lava lake anyway. And there's a few other sort of creatures that are based on real creatures in that game, which you would expect to find in the situation that you find them in. So someone actually went to the trouble of thinking, okay, we've built a lava lake. Does it make sense that there would be sort of random... Does it make sense to have mammal type enemies here? I don't know, some kind of tiger thing or whatever. And yeah, basically they probably decided, nope, that wouldn't make sense, so... Oh, broken lock terminal. Okay, apparently I can scavenge stuff. Yeah, I've received some components. Targeting scope and an ion charger. Nice. But this chest isn't actually a chest. I can't get anything from it. Oh, come on. That's just teasing me. But yeah, if you look at, for example, random sort of different races that you find in many games, the developers usually don't think about, you know, this hololog looks like it needs to be plugged into a holo reader in order to play back the contents. Well, maybe this one will work? No, I salvaged it for parts. That's obviously not going to work. They don't think, you know, okay, we've just designed this race which is supposed to live underwater, largely. Does it make sense that they have short, stumpy legs and sort of are cute and cuddly looking? Which, no, the answer is it doesn't. But, essentially they just wanted something cute and cuddly looking, and then after they designed it, they sort of thought, you know what? We'll just put them in underwater villages. Instead of thinking, you know, okay, so we want a race that we put into these underwater villages. Let's think, what would a type of sentient race look like that has lived underwater for hundreds of years? Would they be cute and cuddly looking, or would they be sort of scaly and roughly fish-shaped? Because that's sort of the shape that things in water tend to approach eventually. It's sort of a minor nuisance, but I like it when it seems like the design of enemies and such is more thought out, and destroying this is going to take a while, because I keep doing minuscule amounts of damage and then missing. And I really wouldn't mind having a lightsaber. But anyway, I think it's definitely been an episode. I hope you enjoyed my very unskilled exploration of this place, and I guess I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.